Maybe you're mad at someone because of the way, things ended between the two of you. You guys were friends or lovers for a while, but, stuff happened, and therefore now you really just hate their guts and hate them entirely because of one thing. Or maybe it's more, but, just because of because it ended pretty much. And maybe this is because you really did not want things to end, but they just decide they want to go separate ways, and you maybe you weren't ready for it, and it really threw you off. So as a result, you just kind of like screw you. I really dislike you, and it's all maybe that's just because things ended. It wasn't even a bad ending or anything like that. It's just you guys are going your own separate ways. So and you are viewing this in a way that is really poor of them. I mean, that's not even a bad thing to view people in negative ways, but just it could be and it could not be. Like if they did something to you in the past, it's probably smart to not let them do it again because history will probably repeat itself. However, if you're too cold and they do actually change, then and you're not willing to go back, then you might be missing out on good stuff too. So there's two sides to this, obviously, like there is for pretty much everything in my opinion. Maybe because of this ending, whatever it was that now you hate them. Maybe it's not that you guys, they were such a terrible person, and maybe it's more that you were just extremely attached to them, and you are having a really hard time letting them go. I would suggest that rather than always wishing for more from whatever relationship or friendship you have, just be thankful for whatever you got to experience in that moment, like or in your guys' days. Let's say you're friends with this person for one night and then it's over. Be thankful you got that one night to spend with them. Great night. You're friends with them for 5 years and then it went other ways. You got 5 years with that person. Stuff like that. Rather than being like, oh, it's over now. I wish I had more and more and more. When, in my opinion, I think it's better, for me at least, when I'm like, damn, I'm really thankful to have had that happen. And now, if we meet again, then that's great. And if not, that's all right too. I feel like, maybe it all happens for a reason. Maybe they were taken away from me because I need to grow more as a person, and they are not going to contribute to that. On top of that, you can't keep someone forever. Like we're not here for forever. So I would just say that's another reason why you should just be thankful for what you're given. Like for how many, if you even have a friend, that's a blessing. Like some people don't have any friends or what, and have no relationships of any sort. If you got a relationship that's over, and you really just like this person because of the way it ended, that it's all right because you know what? At least you got to experience a relationship. And maybe you could learn some great lessons from it too. And you know what? Maybe they are actually toxic. Maybe they are extremely toxic. But you know what? It's a good thing then that your friendship or relationship or whatever is ending because it's healthy for you. Like you want the toxic person in your life, but maybe that's just not right for you. You don't want that. Like you want it, but subconsciously it's really hurting you. And I would say maybe the reason it ending was actually also really good because they actually were toxic people. I'd say in your life, think of other, instances like this where there have been similar outcomes. Not doesn't have to be like the same way it ended or whatnot, or what you guys did when you were with each other, friends or relationship wise. But um, I'm just saying like how do you view them when it's done? If you view everyone once something's done, if you view everyone the same way, like oh, I hate that person, they're the problem, maybe you're wrong. Maybe it's actually there's a lot more to do with you than it does with them. I feel like when it ends, a lot of people they just reflect on what the other person did, and maybe they make things up about the other person too. Like they did this. There was nothing wrong with me. Everything was wrong with them. But if you want a relationship, if it ends, it's and you guys and you want it, it's both your faults because you were together. So I don't think it's one or the other. I think if you guys were mixing but you stopped mixing, then it's neither problem. It's just that you guys were different and you were becoming different, so you went your own separate ways. I don't think maybe they're not so toxic after all. Maybe it's just that you were just really heartbroken over the fact that it's over, and now you are coming up with all this. Oh, they're all so bad at this, so bad at that, yada yada yada. Honestly, the biggest problem could literally be your mind. Like the way you view the outcome is a lot. Like you know, because if your mindset is that it's all them, not me, then you're gonna have a hard time, growing in life, because you are not self-evaluating yourself and analyzing what you're doing, and maybe you want something to go long term, but you keep failing over and over again for the same reasons, and you keep disliking people for the same reasons. But I think that the problem is less of them, and it could more be found and solved within you. Sure, maybe some things they did were not great and whatnot, but I think there's nothing you can do to change them that's worth your time. Obviously, you can change them, but if it's really worth your time, go ahead, do it. If it's like I need to do this, go do it. But you know, the problem is probably within you. Less of it is in them. And that is something that you can change. You cannot, it's much harder and much, I feel like it's more of a waste of time to try to change someone who you guys aren't even mixing well together in the first place. I feel like it's better if you can grow yourself as a person and learn from these, experiences that blow up in your face. That is a great thing, in my opinion. I think if you can, have all these relationships and friendships, which are going to end eventually, and learn lessons from them, love them, but also learn from them. I feel like if all you're doing is learning, then you might be missing out on that loving part, or, and live in your life part. Live, love, and learn. Those are my 3 L's of relationships. I just came up with that literally right now. So you got to live it. Enjoy the relationship. Be fully immersed in it. Love it. Do your thing. Love the person, friend, or lover, whatever it is, and then learn. Obviously, you got to learn from it. If you guys are, problems are going to arise within. Like, you guys aren't going to mix on certain things. You can learn from it. You guys could change with each other, or if you don't want to change, and then that's all right. Don't change, and you guys might go your own separate ways, but that's all right, because you're learning from it and you're growing as a person from it. Overall, if you view the outcome differently, then the overall relationship or friendship could just be seen so much differently. Like if you, like I had said, if you view it in the sense that what they did to me right at the end was so bad and I can never talk to them again, maybe they actually were really good to you for a very long time, and that they did one thing, and that's all it took for you to, just kick them to the curb, or for you guys to just blow up. And in reality, they were really good to you, but they messed up once or twice or a few times, and that's gonna happen over time. This friend or this lover, they're gonna mess up, and you guys are gonna have problems, because it can't always be sunshine and rainbows. If it's always sunshine and rainbows, it'll get boring as hell, and you won't want that to go on anyways. Like, I don't know, but naturally stuff is gonna come up, and that stuff, you guys will either you'll thrive and you'll survive through it, or you won't. And if you don't survive through it, and stuff blows up, then you can learn, like I said, and you can only grow from there.